So it's old news. Prop firms still remain the quickest and most effective way to scale capital. But the issue that people are facing is they don't know how to do it effectively or scale properly. In this video, I'm going to show you the most controlled way to pass a prop firm evaluation, survive the challenge, receive a payout, and not only that, but scale your capital to max allocation very, very easily. So stay tuned because this might be the simplest path to financial freedom you've ever watched. So scaling funded accounts, it is actually so simple if you have the correct strategy in place to be able to do this consistently. So what I'm going to do in this video is literally take you from $250 all the way to a target balance of $1 million using funded accounts and using the whole system that we have in place. So what we have to understand first is what is a funded account challenge or a prop firm. So effectively you pay for a challenge, so anywhere between $50 to $1,000, and they give you an account with a certain amount of capital. And this ranges from 5K all the way to 200K. Now, there's a few different challenge types you can go for, but in this video, I'm just going to go through a two-phase challenge just because that's the most popular and they've been around for the longest. So firstly, you get an evaluation stage, and there's two phases to this. So phase one, you're expected to make 8% profit. So if you're on a $100,000 account, you need to make 8%. Once you've passed that, you then get put onto phase two. And on here, you need to make another 5%. This is just industry standards. They're all around the same. So once you've then passed both of these evaluations and made a total of 13%, you then get put on a live account. From here, you can make whatever you want and keep 80% of the profit split. So if you were to make $2,000 on a 100K account on the live account stage, you'd come out with $1,800 if you made 2,000. So firstly, we need to go through some statistics. So TopStep actually released their 2024 statistics, and it said that out of 100,000 traders, only 12,400 passed combined. So that's passing the two-phase challenges. From there, out of the 12,400, only 3,500 people actually received one payout. And then from there, 96 traders received consistent payouts. So this leaves a percentage of 0.1%. So if we break that down, you're literally in the top 3.5% of people if you can receive just one payout. But in this video, we're not looking to do that. We're looking to be in the 0.1% and receive consistent payouts. So how did I go from in 2022 failing consistent challenges to now in 2025 receiving payouts every single month consistently? Well, it's down to a few things. Firstly, the stages of funding. You've got to kind of put yourself into a bracket before you even start. So stage one is not funded, you're on $0 a month. So what you need to do is buy one funded account and you're on to stage two. Inconsistent is you're basically trading an account and you're making 1K one month, 3K another. You're inconsistent. From here, the consistent trader is making 3 to 5K per month consistently. So this is where you have a system in place and you can basically trade easily and make, any kind of job's wage at this point. And then stage four, which is where we want to take you to, is consistent. And that's pulling in 5 to 10K per month. And if you're doing this with prop firms, it is safe to say that you are scaling rapidly. So firstly, risk management blueprint. So before we put anything out there, there is so many different strategies, but 1 to 2 RR is fucking easy. And over the years, I have learned this. So in 2022, I was aiming for, these crazy 1 to 7, 1 to 8 R trades, which is still possible, but you can't be dependent on it anymore because price action has changed. So through the years, obviously I've gone from 1 to 8s, 1 to 7s. I then started dropping to, 1 to 4s just last year. And then now I just aim simply for 1 to 2. And doing this, I have scaled so much faster than when I was getting the 1 to 7s, 1 to 8s. And that's because setups are a lot more likely to appear when you're looking for these lower RR trades. So 1 to 2 is all you need. And it's this simple strategy that if you haven't already, make sure to watch the other video. We go through this whole strategy. It enables you to take easy payouts consistently every 2 to 3 weeks. So a 1 to 2 RR, 10 pips, 20 pip take profit, that's a 1 to 2. 20 pip stop loss, 40 pip take profit, that's also a 1 to 2. So what do you need to do to pass a phase one? So let's keep it simple. So you start with $100,000. Trade one, you want to be risking 1%. So you're risking 1% and you're aiming for 1 to 2 RR. If you win this trade, you make a profit of $2,000. So that already puts you ahead 2%. We call this a buffer, so it's a good place to start. From there, if you win the next trade, you risk 2%. So you're risking $2,000, so the profit that you made in the first trade, to win $4,000. So from here, if you win both of these trades, you're up $6,000. And on a phase one, you need to make 8%. So you're only 2% away. So from here, again, the next trade after that, you risk 2%, $2,000, aim for a 1 to 2. And if you win, you get $4,000. And you've just made your $108,000 to pass phase one in 3 trades, which is very fucking easy. And I suppose if you're using the setup that I just showed you before, here, this is very, very achievable at a very, very quick pace. You just have to stay with me. Obviously, I'll go more in depth about it, but as of right now, if you win 3 trades in a row using this strategy, you're going to pass within 3 trades. Now, obviously, losses come, they happen. Every strategy loses sometimes. So if your first trade loses and you're down to $99,000, your next trade then, you need to risk 0.5%. So you're risking $500. And if you gain 1 to 2 RR, that's $1,000 profit that you'll then be put back into. So you're back to square one. So from here, you can do the same cycle again, risk 1% on your next trade, 2%, 2%, pass. Again, if you lose the next trade, so if you lose the first trade and then lose your second trade, you then risk 0.5% to go back to 99,500. And then once again, you risk the first trade of drawdown, get yourself back up to build that buffer, and then go in to pass phase one. Key notes for most funded accounts. Your maximum loss is $10,000, so 10%. This is an industry standard. Some firms may vary, but most likely it's going to be 10%. Your maximum daily drawdown is going to be 5%, so $5,000, and you normally have a minimum trading days of 3. So just keep this in mind. You don't need to take all these trades in one day. You can take this trade on day 1, take this trade on day 2, and then take this trade on day 3, and then you'll be able to pass within 3 days. And this is more than likely achievable. I've done this many times. I've just actually bought 2 more evaluations, so I'll be doing some live trading, showing you guys that this is possible. But yeah, phase one, take a look at this. This is the system that we use to pass evaluations quickly. So once phase one's out the way, you're going to get to phase 2. This is our strategy. So find a 4-hour daily bias, wait for an external sweep, 5-minute market structure shift, draw your fib tool on the market structure shift leg, enter at the 0.618, stop loss placement above or below the peak, and then your take profit at the next valid area. So it's super simple. We've done videos on this before, so make sure to watch this video if you haven't already, and it'll go into how we trade the market every single day. But yeah, phase one, done. Phase 2, even easier. It's just 5%. So what you did before, you need to do just over half of that. So again, trade 1, risk 1,000, you win 2,000. Beautiful. Trade 2, risk 2%, you gain 4,000, and you've passed already. Easy as pie. If you lose and you go down to 99,000, again, risk 0.5% and aim for that $1,000 profit just to get you back to the starting point. So what we're doing here is, when we go into drawdown, we're actually protecting our capital, but we're then in profit, we're risking more because we're kind of going in with the momentum. You know, we're using the momentum to our advantage, but also preserving our capital when we're in drawdown. So it's a really, really safe strategy that we use consistently. All our students use it. We teach it to everyone. And we have found it to be the quickest way possible to pass an evaluation. So if you are looking for a free Discord, make sure to click the link in our bio. There's a full Discord linked in there where you can chat, introduce yourself, share trade ideas, etc., etc. And also, like I said before, make sure to watch the videos that we've put out. There's so much free value going onto this YouTube. It's fucking crazy. Obviously, we give a lot more out in our one-to-one mentorship, which is also linked in the description. But if you're just looking for our strategy, make sure to click the link to access the Discord. You'll get this full free PDF of the strategy that we use every day. And then this YouTube video and this one go more in depth to how we trade it. So now you understand how to pass an evaluation. It's so simple. So remember the 2 rules. We preserve our capital when we're in drawdown, and we go with the momentum when we're in profit. It's the easiest and fastest way to pass an evaluation. You don't want to be stuck on these challenges for weeks and weeks on end, risking 1%, 0.5%. You need to take advantage of, if you're in profit, you need to increase your risk, because the challenges don't make you money. You know, you're not going to make money on these challenges. You need to get on that live account as quickly as possible. So in the next part, I'm now going to show you how to scale from 50K to a max allocation. with a starting capital of $2,500. So if you don't have $2,000, get off this video, either go get a job or use this strategy right here, and you'll be able to get $250 pretty fucking quick. But if you do have that, what you're going to do is buy a 50K account. So you could head to somewhere like FundedX, FTMO, Alpha Capital Group, wherever you want to go, and find a sale. Most prop firms have sales running consistently. So all you need to do is find a 30% off, find a 40% off. The two funded accounts that I just bought, which were 200Ks, I got during a Black Friday sale. So I got them for 40% off, which was just over $300. So what we're putting in is the total risk. So you're only risking what you've put in, which is that, for example, on a 50K account, $250. That's all you're risking. From there, you need to pass the evaluation using the strategy that we've just mentioned above, which is these two here. And then you need to get on the live account. So pass the evaluation using the strat, make a 2% payout, and you can also add a 100% profit split on FundedX. So make sure to head to them when you do buy an account, add the 100% profit split, and then you can keep whatever you make. So if you were to make $2,000, you'd keep the full $2,000. Whereas if you had 80%, you'd only keep $1,800. Make 2%, and then from there, your return on investment is $750. So from your $250 of initial capital, you've now made $750 on top of your investment. From here, you can keep this account, and if you get 2 payouts a month, that's $2,000. So from here, your ROI is now $750. So now we're going to implement leveraging this capital to get another funded account. So from here, you need to invest $500 into a 100K account. And the reason that I'm saying the 50Ks and the 100Ks, and I spoke about it in the last video, you're not really going to scale with anything less than that. So you need to ensure that you're buying anything from a 50K above to actually scale your capital. So invest into a 100K account, which is an average of $500. Again, pass the evaluation using the strategy that we said above, and make another 2% payout with a 100% profit split. That's $2,000. $2,000 from literally a $250 investment. So your ROI is now $1,500, and that's just using 2 accounts. Now again, you keep this account, you just basically, when you request a payout, your balance just gets put back to 100,000. So then you just trade that account again, and within 14 days, you can request another payout. So let's say 2 payouts per month, you're making $4,000, 2% at a time, and you're making 2% payouts with your 50K account, making $2,000. That is a total of $6,000 per month just off 150K worth of funding. So you're off the challenge, you're on the live account, and you've gone from being a stage 1 or a stage 2 trader to now a stage 3 consistent trader just off 2 funded accounts, which is massive. So this is where we need to be getting to. So now from here, obviously you've got your 50K account and you've got your 100K account. You've got 150K in funding. Some people are happy with that, but we're not here to do that. We're here to scale even further. So from here, you now have a total capital of $3,000. And what you're going to do is you're going to invest $1,000 into one 200K account and repeat the above, and another $1,000. So $2,000 in total into 2 200K accounts. And you're going to pass the challenge and scale them. Now, if you lose both accounts, you've still $750 in profit. So you can just repeat this cycle again. And then, like I say, repeat step 2. So even if you get to this stage here of the actual scaling step and you fail it, you just go back down to step 1 and you start it again. And you've already proven to yourself by passing these 2 accounts that the strategy for passing evaluations works and that you're compounding the payouts consistently over the course of the weeks, months, whatever. So yeah, this is what we need to do. Now, let me just put it into perspective and actually put a video on our Instagram, which if you're not following already, make sure to follow. We put content on there 2 times a day. A 200K account, if you're risking 0.5% on a live account, so you're not even risking 1% at this point, you're halving your risk and you're aiming for a 1 to 2, that's $2,000. If you were to take 6 trades and win 4 out of the 6, your total profit is $6,000. So let's assume that the profit split is 80%, you're coming out with $4,800 per payout. And if you do this twice a month, that is $9,600 in payouts. So obviously times that by 12 months, that's $115,000 just off one funded account. That's one 200K account. So imagine you're doing this with close to $1 million in funding. You're going to scale rapidly. So pretty much this is just the whole plan that we use. We give it to our students. to pass funded accounts quickly, because nobody wants to sit on the challenge phase for weeks and weeks on end. So make sure you're implementing this system, and I guarantee you that you will scale extremely quick. If you're looking for another system to, implement into your routine, onto the charts, everything like that, I actually made another video last week, which is on our channel now, and it's the only trading blueprint that you're going to need to dominate in 2026. It's packed with loads of free value. It's done really well since it came out. Obviously, we've had loads of our students already implementing just step one and seeing instantaneous results, which is the guarantee that I said in the video. So make sure to watch that if you haven't already. But yeah, this video now should have made you a top 0.1% trader, and it should enable you to be able to scale payouts consistently over the course of the next few weeks - months. Implement this system. Let me know how it goes. Make sure to like the video. We're putting out loads of videos in the next couple of weeks anyway. But yeah, that's it for this one. Peace.